Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome back to the Charlotte 49ers Dynasty. And here we are, continuing season number 2 as we kick off conference play in this episode, playing against Tulane. But first, let's just look at last week in Billy Ray's debut at East Carolina in the Conference USA. Here's a deep pass down the right sideline. Billy Ray already throws his second touchdown of the first half as he finds his receiver, making it 14-0. But Tulane tries to come back here with a screen pass to Fat Watts, and he takes it for 11 yards. But that will force another punt. That puts Billy Ray back on the field. Here's a quick throw up the seam, and it's a touchdown. C.J. Johnson makes it 21-0. Billy Ray has 3 touchdowns, 1 incompletion, and we're still in the first half. But here's Tulane trying to come back this time. Here's a deep pass across the middle, and maybe that could have been a touchdown if he didn't lead him so much. But inside the 10, here's a throw to the end zone and picked off. ECU is up 21 in the first half, and Billy Ray leads this team back out onto the field with a 3-score lead. So they do drive the whole length of the field before halftime. Here with 11 seconds left, here's one last touchdown. Billy Ray's got 4. In his Conference USA debut for ECU, he makes it 28-0. So here's another deep pass, start the third quarter, and another strike. 5 touchdown passes for Billy Ray. And then it goes for 46 yards. 2 incompletions, 5 touchdowns for Billy Ray. It's now a 35-point lead. Tulane has still not scored. Ray, one more time to the end zone, a perfect lob. It's a touchdown, finding his tight end in the back of the end zone. And ECU takes care of business there in their debut for Billy Ray in the Conference USA. For them, 56-21 ends up being the final score. And Billy Ray puts together a clinic, and he looks comfortable here with his new offense. Now, he does end up landing himself as the National Offensive Player of the Week with that performance. 7 total touchdowns. And since he was the Conference USA Player of the Week, he gets the player boost. I do this for every single week. He wins it this week, and he's now up to 80 overall as their starter. Now remember, he is just a senior, and I say just a senior because he could be a graduate senior as well. He could move on to another program and play for them next season. So we maybe have not seen the last of Billy Ray this year, but he's off to a good start here as he starts conference play. And we face Tulane after they just took that big whooping from Billy Ray. Michael Pratt at quarterback has not been impressive at all. 3 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Their only bright spot is their defense. Nick Anderson is very, very good. He's one of the best rated middle linebackers in the game right now at 97 overall. We'll see if he can carry this team, but they need it because this Tulane team is not impressive at all. So let's see if we can give them their 5th loss on the season. Here is Brian Rochford starting off this game. He's going to scramble to the right side, and he picks up a gain of 14 off of the jet sweep fake. And we move the chains. Now across the 50, the same type of play. Here's a throw to Pitt Howard this time. And he picks up the first down. Gain of 13 for Terrence Pitt Howard. And TPH is a better pass catcher than given credit. So here's Rochford, another quick throw to left side, and he's got Riv Johnson, the senior, picking up a gain of 16. It's going to be weird not having Mick Lott and Riv Johnson in the receiving core next year as they're both graduating, the only 2 seniors in that core. Here's a scramble to the right side, and Brian Rochford picks up a gain of 8. He can run when he needs to. He's not that athletic, but he can pick it up. So now we're inside the 10. Here's a handoff, and this time it's Calvin Joshua who picks up a gain of 5. And now we find ourselves at the 2 for a 3rd and goal. Devon Cash runs into motion. Here is a fake and a touchdown keeper by Joseph Pierre Achefu. That's another game with a touchdown. He scored a rushing touchdown in every single game so far this year, his 5th of the season. So here comes Pratt in this offense. Let's see what they can do in this game. Here's a handoff to Tyjae Spears. He picks up a gain of 2 yards. So here's another handoff this time, and that is going to be the same exact play. And now they lose 3 yards and bring it to a 3rd and 2. Here is Pratt this time. He's going to try to move, and he throws it, but it's on the ground. They're going to call that one a fumble. Loss of 13 yards. It looked like the ball may have been jarred out from his tackle who was backed up, and it ended up being a 13-yard loss and a fumble. So here we are back on offense to end the first quarter. Here is Riv Johnson, who picks up a gain of 19. He gets open as we're across the 50 now. So here's Rochford, another quick throw to the right side. That's caught by Benjamin Duke. He picks up a gain of 7 for his first catch of the game. That's what we brought him in to do, be more of a pass-catching back. So Tulane only rushes 2. That's a mistake. That's an open man. Ncaa across the middle. It's a gain of 8. Now we're inside the 20. And now Benjamin Duke checks in again. Here's a play action fake to him. Rochford tries to scramble out, but he doesn't have the speed to get to the outside. It's a loss of 10 yards. Carlos Hatcher gets there for the sack, and we end up settling for 3 on that drive. So here's Cameron Carroll trying to get this Tulane offense going, but this is exactly what happened versus ECU. They just do not have the firepower on offense to compete here against these teams that can put up points. So here's Carroll on a 3rd down, draw play, and that is a stop. Lee Elmer is there for the tackle. So up by 10 now, 3 minutes left here in the first half. Here's a quick throw across the middle. It's Devon Cash who gets going in this one. Gain of 11 for the slot receiver. It's a first down. So play action fake this time. 2 running backs in the backfield. Rochford throws at the last second. He's got TPH down the sideline and a gain of 20 yards for him. His 5th catch of the game, actually. So we eventually get it inside the 10 this time. Here is Rochford. He's going to hand it off. TPH again, and he falls in. It's a touchdown. And Tulane just cannot keep up with this offense. It's 17-0. If they can't stop us, I don't know if their offense can do anything in this game the way our defense is playing. So 17-0 here as we start the second half. Here is Pratt. He's going to hand off to Carroll, who finally cuts back for a big gain. He picks up maybe a gain of 20 yards spinning forward, and they're across just about the 50. And they eventually get there here with 6 minutes left here in the third quarter. Here's Michael Pratt in the pocket, throws up the seam, and he's got Spears out of the backfield. And that is a gain of 25 and his first catch of the game. So now in the pistol formation, handoff, Carroll, and they finally get in midway through the third quarter. Still down by 2 scores, though, but it's a start here. Now they have to play some defense. So here's Rochford back out at quarterback. He's going to hand off this time Benjamin Duke, who gets laid out by Freelo, who gets in and sheds the block. Loss of a few yards. So 3rd and 16 now. Here is Rochford moving, makes the man miss. Let's see what he does. He's just going to take off, and he gets absolutely blasted. A gain of 9, but Tulane does get possession right back. So can they do anything to come back now? They're only down by 2 with possession. Here's a throw across the middle, and it's caught by Jackson. He picks up a gain of 22. Nice throw by Pratt. So they come out here in the full house pistol formation. Here's a play action fake this time. Pratt throws to the flats, and it's picked off. It's Darius Moss on the pick. He's going to run it back for 6-2. Touchdown. Our 3rd straight game with a pick 6. This secondary and this team is just balling out right now on the defensive side of the ball. Last 2 games, it's been Max Liebem. This time, Darius Moss says, hey, I want to get involved, and he makes it a 24-7 lead. So under 2 minutes left here in the third. Here is Michael Pratt throwing incomplete. He is just rattled. We just had a pick 6 off of him. He has not been able to move the ball at all. And now it's 3rd and 5. Screen pass to left side. And there is Max Liebem with the tackle. And there we go. He could have possibly had even another pick 6 on that one. And 24-7 as our offense trots back out onto the field here. About a minute left in the third. Rochford throws quickly to the right side. It's caught. Ncaa across the 50. Great catch by him. So first down now. Here's a screen pass call, this time to TPH. He picks up 1 block, gets to the outside, and he's got space. Nobody's back there to catch him. He's going to take it all the way for the touchdown. 48 yards. A rare screen pass called by this offense to TPH. 31-7. and Tulane is just overmatched in this one. And now we fast forward into the fourth quarter. They scored a couple of garbage time touchdowns that actually ended up being very, very lucky. They had a couple of long conversions, and they end up kicking the onside kick and not recovering it. So now a minute and a half left. Here we are just running the ball, and there is Benjamin Duke, who gets spun around. Gain of 10. They're inside the 10 as well. And TPH checks in one more time with 30 seconds left. We're going to hand off to him. It's a touchdown. Another touchdown, 3 total in this game for TPH, and that's how this one ends. 38 points we score in this one. And our defense was absolutely dominant once again. Terrence Pitt-Howard only had 12 yards rushing, but 2 on the ground, and then also had a 1 through the air with that screen pass. Rochford was pretty good in this one, 20 of 25, 228. Only 1 passing touchdown, 3 total on the season. I don't know if it's a worry right now, but we just cannot throw for touchdown passes this year. It's been all on the ground, and we're not even getting that many yards. I mean, our defense is just carrying us up to this point. And then Terrence Pitt-Howard had that big-time screen pass to the house, 48 yards. He led us in yards and catches this game. Nobody else had over 35 yards receiving. But on the defensive side, DeMarcus Forte had a sack. Darius Moss had that pick 6. But a very good game from our linebackers in this one and our defensive line. We didn't give up too much until probably the last 6 minutes of the game when we gave up 2 touchdowns. But besides that, we were dominant for another game. And now we move on to the Southern Miss matchup. And this is a matchup that we've been circling on our calendar because Frank Gore Jr. absolutely went nuts on us last year. But let's just check in on recruiting. Speaking of running backs, Enzi Labata and Jake Brown both commit. They're going to help out our ground game quite a bit in the future. TJ Winston, a physical outside linebacker who's got the size, he's got the athleticism, he just needs the technique. We'll have to develop him, but he officially commits to Charlotte. And then we get the greatest news. Our number 1 commit on the board, our number 1 prospect, Brooklyn Santana, commits to Charlotte. It was between us and Oregon State, and it wasn't even close. We will get the speedster. It's going to be a whole lot of fun using him in the offense. But you can just see he's only at 52 route running. He definitely has the speed, does not have the technique yet. We'll have to definitely develop him in that area. Now, we do miss out on Al Long, who's a decent tackle, but we won't really need him too much, so I'm not really that worried. Marty Powers and Matt Brooks both commit. They are both developmental tight ends and receivers that will have to kind of groom into the role that they'll eventually have. Jeffrey Johnson is another depth quarterback. He is going to need some time to develop, but I like him, 6'5", a great size quarterback. And then we get the 2 linebackers who will make a difference, maybe possibly right away. Ramiez De La Carlos is going to be that edge rusher, 81 block shed coming in. He's going to be pretty good for our future defense. And then Luis Osorio, who was the sought-after middle linebacker, he is going to be amazing for us in the future. I could definitely see him being even better than Octavius Oakley and Darius Moss. I guess we'll have to see. We don't want to put that expectation on him right now. So Charlotte is 4-1, and we now play Southern Miss at home, and we have 2 straight home games here, Southern Miss and Appalachian State. But first, Frank Gore Jr. visits us. But look at this. He's actually hurt. Strained shoulder for 2 weeks. Their leading rusher is out, and this could be a break that we catch here in this game, as they are 3-2 overall, 0-1 in conference after losing their first matchup in conference play to Rice. So here we go. Let's get this second game of this doubleheader underway. And it looks like Southern Miss will receive the opening kickoff. We played at their stadium last year. Now at home, here is Willis, who takes it out of the end zone, and he gets tackled. But a nice gain, and here comes their impact player here, Jason Brownlee, who's going to play a bigger role in this game with Frank Gore Jr. out. So the first pass of the game is out to left side, and it's Brownlee, and he picks up a gain of 7. He's got 2 touchdowns. He leads them in receiving with 330 yards and also leads them in receptions with 22. So here is Watley. He takes it to the left side, and he is mobile as a quarterback, and Tate Watley picks up a gain of 24. He's not afraid to tuck it and run it, but he also can tear you up with his arm as well. We got to watch it. So 1st and 10. Here is Tate Watley, this time scrambling to the right side. He gets to the edge, and he falls in. Touchdown. 7-0 already for Southern Miss as they get on the board here with a nice opening drive by Tate Watley. And now in comes Brian Rochford. He had a 1 touchdown last week and was very efficient. He is just a game manager. That's what he does. The first pass is over the middle, and that is incomplete. He maybe had Riv Johnson open, just led him a little too much. So 2nd and 10. Here's a quick throw, and he does find Riv Johnson on the outside. Gain of 15. First down for him. So here is Rochford this time trying to get away from the pass rush. He goes down. He's just not that mobile. He can move when he needs to, but he can't get away with that speed. So 3rd and 18. Quick throw across the middle. It's Devon Cash. Had it in his hands, but a great defensive play meeting the receiver at his catch point. So here is Southern Miss back on offense. Here's a quick throw to left side. He's got Driver who breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 and a 3rd. He's off to the races. And here is Vincent Youngblood trying to run him down, and he does. Gain of 40 for their big tight end, and he gets him inside the 10. So here is Tate Watley from the shotgun. This time, what is he going to do? He gets hit on the throw, and it's up in the air and picked off. Octavius Oakley, and he gets tackled from behind. We actually tried to pitch it back that time. It was just 3 Charlotte players there, and the receiver makes the tackle. The pass rush got to Watley, and he threw an errant pass, and now we take back over. So here is Rochford. His first pass of the next drive is going to be caught. Devon Cash on the sideline, picking up a gain of 16 and a first down, his first catch of the game. So now to start the second quarter, this is a tight end screen, and the pressure gets in right away. Cameron Harrell goes unevaded to the quarterback, and now it's 3rd and 13. Rochford, let's see what he can do. Here he is in the pocket. Pass rush. He gets away from it, but then can't get away from the end. Loss of 6 yards. Dominic Kiwan on that sack. And now it's going to be a 4th and long. We're definitely going to punt this one away. And out comes Watley back out onto the field. As here he's in the shotgun, 3 wide receivers out to the right side. He breaks 1 tackle and can't get away from a gang of Charlotte 49ers. It's a sack. It gets credit to Octavius Oakley. And they eventually pick up the first later, but here is another carry to left side. 2nd and 7 to the right side. Jason Brownlee. And he picks up a gain of 8 on the jet sweep. Another first down. So here they are inside of field goal range. Watley from the shotgun throws it at the last second. He's got Bailey Brown who breaks a tackle and still in bounds. Pushed out of bounds. Gain of 18 for Daquan Bailey Brown. And now they're inside the 10. Here's a handoff. No, Watley keeps it. He's going to tuck it and run. Touchdown. And he gets in from 10 yards out. Watley doing it with his legs. He knows that Frank Gore Jr. is out for this game. So now here they are down by 14. Let's see what Charlotte can do. Here's JPE who checks into the game, maybe giving this offense a little bit of a boost as he picks up a gain of 12. So here's Brian Rochford. He checks back in at quarterback, this time running a receiver in motion. Rochford can't get away, and he tries to throw off his back foot. And that is a 16-yard sack. That is a terrible sack to take. So JPE checks into the game now. 3rd and 26. We're going to air it out deep, and it's caught. Devon Cash, 44 yards. That's the best throw I've ever seen from Joseph Pierre-Chefu, and he finds his receiver over the shoulder perfect in stride or across the 50. Rochford checks back in now. He moves to the right side. He throws, and it's caught by Mick Lott. Nice catch and nice throw by Rochford on the run. It's a gain of 15. JPE checks into the game. Here's a quick throw to the sideline. It's caught. Christopher Dalton. He gets to about the 8. That's a gain of 11, his first catch of the game. So here's Devon Cash running in motion. JPE keeps, and he gets in. Another touchdown. He scored in every single game this season on the ground. It's 14-7. Let's see if JPE can bring life back into this offense. So we move into the second half. Southern Miss gets one more field goal, making it 17-7, and there is a nice throw on the sideline. It looks like JPE is starting out the second half at quarterback. So here's a handoff this time on a 2nd and 4. Benjamin Duke breaks free. Big time run up the middle, and he fumbles, and it's picked up. Riv Johnson recovers. Benjamin Duke has got to hold on to the ball. That one could have been disastrous, but it's the biggest run of the season for Benjamin Duke. So here is JPE. He throws on the run to the left side, and it gets tipped. And it looks like it's going to fall incomplete. And we end up settling for 3 on that drive. So now the 3rd quarter ends. Here's a handoff this time to Baker to left side. He cuts back upfield, and D. Baker picks up a gain of 11. He's over 100 yards, actually, in this game. So here is Tate Watley. He takes to the right side, and he gets tackled, and that's going to be about a gain of maybe a half yard. And that brings it to a 3rd and 11. This time, Watley throws incomplete. He was looking for his receiver to the left side, and Watley is 8 of 11 for 101 yards. Our secondary continues to play well. So down by 10 now to start the 4th quarter. Here is JPE back out onto the field. He throws to the right side, and it's Riv Johnson who makes a man miss. He falls down at about the 43-yard line, pushed out of bounds. His 3rd catch of the game. So it looks like Devon Cash is lined up in the slot. Let's see if they go across to him. But he goes deep down the right side, and it's going to be caught. Ncaa for the touchdown. That's the longest pass of the season, longest catch of the season for a receiver on this squad. And JPE possibly just threw the 2nd best ball we've seen this year. The best ball we've seen was just a couple of quarters ago to Devon Cash, and Ncaa makes it a 3-point game with 6 minutes to go. So here's a throw down the right side. Jason Brownlee again, and he stepped up big time in this game so far. He has his 2nd catch of the game. So here's Watley scrambling to the right side, and he's got a gain of 10, and he's been doing it with his legs as well. He's going to close in on 100 yards, as now we're into the 4th quarter, about 5 minutes left. Here's a option call, and look at this block on the outside on Kevin Knox. He was just put on his back, and Antoine Robinson picks up a gain of 12. So they eventually get it inside the 5. Here's a handoff. It's D. Baker, touchdown, 4 yards out. Back to a 10-point game. So 3.5 to go. This is Pierre Chefu under center this time, moving, trying to buy some time. He throws it, and it's caught by Christopher Dalton. The defender had his back turned, and JPE just using his head throws it to his tight end. It's a gain of 32, 1st down. So here's JPE under center this time. He's going to move to the right side, and he's just going to take it. Nice block on the outside. He picks up a gain of 10. And that one will stop the clock here with about 2.5 to go. So 3rd and 2. JPE is in the pocket. He goes down. And that time he was just waiting for a deeper route to develop, but instead he probably should have dropped it off to his running back. And in comes Brian Rochford. JPE was actually shaken up on that play. 4th and 11. He goes down. Loss of 12. And it looks like Southern Miss is going to take this one at the end. Just a little too late. Our first half wasn't that good, and we just tried to play catch-up, putting JPE into the game, and it didn't work. But he gave us a much-needed spark. And honestly, JPE probably threw the 2 best balls I've seen this year. The deep pass to Ncaa and the one across the middle on a 3rd and long to Devon Cash. I'm not sure if we can go without JPE as a starter now. He just adds another dynamic. And sometimes we start out pretty slow. And versus a team like Southern Miss, who's one of the higher rated teams in our conference, we have to show up for 4 quarters. We can't just play good defense like we did versus Tulane, because Tulane is definitely an inferior opponent. You just saw how they lost to ECU, and then we beat them down pretty badly. But then if you go up against Southern Miss, they were missing their starting running back, and they still did well versus us. They have the offense to keep up. So we definitely need to pretty much evaluate our quarterback position. Do we go ahead with the 2 quarterback rotation we've been doing with Rochford as a starter and JPE coming in? Or should we transfer over to JPE? I think we've given him a few games to kind of show what he has and warm him up to the rest of the playbook. And it kind of showed in that last game. We definitely opened it up. He went over the top. because over time, teams start to creep up on Rochford. They know he's not going to go deep, so they start to play, cover 2, sometimes even playing cover 3 with the safety blitzing. It's definitely a change of pace that we can go with JPE. It's definitely something that we're going to have to explore, especially going up against the best team in the conference right now in Appalachian State, our direct rival. Lamar Lewis, 755, 9 touchdowns so far. He's going to top 1,500 yards this season. I mean, there's no doubt about it, and he could have 20 touchdowns. There is a chance that he could make a run at the Heisman if he continues at this pace. It's going to be interesting. This Appalachian State team is very, very good. They've only lost 1 game, and that was to Florida by 3 points. Just think about that. This team is now joining the Conference USA. Their only loss comes to SEC Florida by 3. This is going to be interesting. Can we keep up with this Appalachian State offense and this number 4 rated defense in the country? It's going to be good. Rivalry game next week. Hit subscribe, hit that like button, stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Boy, all that like Keenan. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Neiman. And I'm still trying to fight my demons. Cause we all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on.